this recording? Yes.
Looks like it.
I think so.
It appears to be.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Carly.
And I'm Harry.
And this is Known Unknowns, our podcast.
Yes, it is.
Harry, tell them what it's about.
This is about all the weird stuff in the world. Ghosts and ghouls and
All that.
And conspiracy theories, aliens.
Super weird stuff.
Just odd vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Like legends.
That's it.
Okay,
That's
nothing
it.
else.
Nope. I don't know. This is exciting.
Yeah, it's our episode number 1.
It is.
We're looking forward to it. I feel like I had some more stuff that I kind of thought about saying at this point, but I don't.
Yeah, me too. I don't really remember. I'm getting stressed out now.
I know, I'm so nervous. Why?
Me too, I know. Well, do you wanna start? Do you wanna get
Okay, so how
get the
this is gonna
ball
work?
rolling?
Like each
Yeah,
episode,
explain it.
each
Explain to me.
episode, I'm going to. Well, should we like talk about ourselves a little bit first?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, who should go first?
I'll go first.
Okay, you go first.
So my name is Carly. We live in Chicago. We're artists. I am an actor, theater, voiceover film, all that stuff. And I've wanted to start this podcast for a very long time, and luckily Harry agreed. I think he's excited too.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
I am.
I'm really into ghosts and folklore and conspiracies, and I am a true believer in all weird things and a lot of in creatures, in aliens. Oh, I'm really into all that stuff, and I believe it.
I don't want to say that I disbelieve. I mean, okay, I don't believe mostly. I want to believe.
Yeah, he thinks it's cool, right? He thinks
Yeah,
it's cool.
it's fun to think about and think what if, or just you let your imagination run wild and stuff. I think it's fun to talk about and hear the stories and stuff, but I take it with a big old grain of salt.
Okay. Well, tell us about you then.
I
don't want to talk about your disbelief in these things.
I
Talk about you.
I live in Chicago, just like Carly.
Yeah.
I am a photographer.
Yeah, he is.
And a visual artist, we'll call me.
Okay.
That's what I am.
Okay. Harry is my partner.
Yes, I
am. And we live together.
Yeah, we're recording this on our bed.
On our bed with one microphone, so we're staring into each other's eyes as we speak to you.
It's so romantic.
It's quite romantic. Mm-hmm.
I love you.
I love you. Yeah, we have this real wacky setup here. We have we have an arm attached to the headboard of our bed, and we have one mic.
Yeah,
we're recording out of.
It's casual. It's comfy.
Yeah,
cozy,
I mean,
it's
I
homey.
like being on my bed.
Yeah.
Our bed. Whoa. So yeah, I think that's enough about us, right?
Sure. Have you ever seen a ghost, Carly?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't think I've ever seen one. I think I've experienced some paranormal activity.
Okay.
Harry is skeptical, though, let me say.
Yeah, I think.
No. Part of it was definitely sleep paralysis, and that's the scary figure I saw. But my door closing on its own and shutting, and my tapestry flowing out in front of me as it happened is, I think proof. And it wasn't like my door just casually shut. It like slammed shut and it closed. And the thing was, in that apartment, the door was broken, so it didn't close. Like even when I would just like shut it to close it, so it like latched shut, and that didn't happen. And also, I have a Ouija board that's like possessed by a demon.
Mm-hmm.
A demon named Maz.
Yeah. I've never gotten to use this Ouija board because you're too afraid of it now.
Well, yeah, because I got rid of it because the weird stuff started to happen in my apartment, like my tapestry flying out in front of me and me seeing a creepy face and my door shutting on its own. So I got rid of it. It was Maz.
Okay. All right.
Weird stuff.
Yeah, I know. You're right.
So I got rid of my Ouija board.
Okay.
Have you ever experienced anything paranormal, Harry?
I don't think so.
No,
okay. I live a very boring life.
Yeah, you do.
I experience things through you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Well, we'll start. We're gonna. So here's how it's gonna work. Okay. We're each gonna have. Whoa. Okay. So we're each gonna have a story, and we're gonna tell it. Yeah, and it's gonna be about a weird thing. Like today, mine is about a ghost, and Harry's is about what?
Mine's about a location with weird vibes.
Yeah, and each week we're just gonna tell each other these different stories.
Yeah.
And talk about them. Give you some facts. Give you some stuff we got from real sources and Wikipedia and YouTube videos and just what we remember from what people told us about it. So factual and not, I'm sure. Sure, there's some things that could be fact checked, but you know, this will be fun. All right. So who wants to go first? You want to go first?
Sure, I'll
go
go
first.
I will
Get up
go
closer to the mic, Harry. Come up closer to my face.
Okay. Oh, that was loud. Look at that. You're gonna have to edit that out.
We'll edit it out later.
Okay. Oh my god, I can't. Oh, that's just my source. Okay. So I'm gonna talk about the West Edmonton Mall.
Ooh. I've never heard of this one, so I'm actually really excited. And Harry really didn't tell me much about it beforehand, so I'm excited to hear it. Let's go. What? Why are you laughing at me?
Nothing. Your voice is throwing me off.
Why?
I don't know. It's just different.
No, it's not.
Yeah, you're like, I don't know.
Oh.
It's okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you self-conscious.
Why is it different?
I don't know. You're talking in your podcast voice.
Oh. What's my regular voice?
Oh, just like that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, keep going.
So the West Edmonton Mall is located in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.
I was like, where is that? Okay, Canada.
Yes, Canada. It's North America's largest shopping mall, and I think like the 23rd largest in the world. It was the biggest in the world until 2004.
What's the biggest one now?
Somewhere in, I don't know. It's somewhere in Dubai.
You didn't do that research?
In
Dubai?
Yeah, it's I'm sure I can look it up right now.
No, it's fine. Just keep going.
That one isn't haunted.
Oh, okay.
This one
is.
isn't either, but
okay, just keep going.
But it is.
Okay.
So it's largest shopping mall in North America. It's 5.3 million square feet in area, in size, 800 stores, 2 hotels, 100 dining venues, 30.8 million annual visitors. So it's a large. It's like a little city in there. You know?
Yeah, a little city. Wait, where is this again? Wait, Canada?
Yeah.
Okay.
Edmonton, Alberta.
Edmonton, Alberta. Okay.
Yeah, and it opened on September 15th, 1981.
That's not that old. I thought it'd be older because it was creepier.
Yeah, well, okay. So the thing about it is that it was built in like several different stages. It was started building like, before that date in 1981, and then it wasn't finished building technically until like 1999. They built it in like 4 different sections. like throughout that whole time, they were like they kept like redesigning and like re-engineering like all the different parts of it. So they ended up with this like crazy system of like back tunnels and like basements and like stairways that like connect weirdly, and like so like outside of like the main, if you leave like the main like mall area and like go backstage or whatever, basically it's got this like whole like maze like bizarre like network of tunnels back there.
Okay, was it like designed like that, and then they just took forever to build it, or did the design keep changing?
So I mean, it was supposed to be designed like so that you could like there would be like hallways and stuff and like basements that you could like access and like would connect to different parts of the malls, but they like just kept changing the design so much throughout the building that like all those designs like got all like they like, you know, things didn't connect the way they were originally supposed to, and so like you end up with like this weird network of tunnels that it's like that you can like get lost in for hours if you like try don't try. Yeah, so like that's so like in those tunnels there's a bunch of like different like myths and stuff about those like tunnels.
Tell me.
Well, I mean, like,
tell me the myths.
Well, I mean, to start with, there's like it's like a true thing, but like more so like in the 80s and 90s, but I think probably still somewhat today, that like homeless people and like street kids, as I've seen them referred to, and like
no, street people.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they call what were we watching that called them street people?
That
Wild Country documentary. Yeah. They called all of like homeless people street people.
Yeah.
And it was like in the 80s, right? Like street people. No one uses street people anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so like people would just like live back there because, you know, it was hard to find them and you could like hide.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And it was like warm and, you know, indoors.
Did they kick them out? They should keep them there.
I mean, like,
what's wrong with that?
I think in like the 90s they cracked down on it, and you know they've like instituted like more security and stuff over the years, more like cameras and door like card swipers and scanners and stuff. There's supposedly, let me see, what do I have here? There's a rumor of like an Edmonton's light rail transit system. There's a rumor of like a station that was built down there that like was never connected up to
to what?
A station for their like subway system.
Oh,
basically that they like built one down there, though that's like unconfirmed. Like somebody I found on this forum, I think connecttoedmonton.ca. Maybe I don't know. So somebody like said that one of their coworkers like went looking for it and was got like so lost that they had to call security to.
Does anyone know how to get through this mall? Like, just normal. Like, is there a map? Is there a map? Can people?
I have no idea. Well, I mean, like the actual mall itself is like a world-class like tourist destination.
Wait, can guests like go and explore the tunnels?
They're not supposed to be able to. Like they have like I think they have like, you know, card swiper things at most.
So if we went there and we're like, hey, we want to look through your tunnels.
Yeah, I don't think they
What if we were like, we have this really popular, cool podcast and we're doing it for research. If anyone knows how to get there and use their tunnels.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
If anyone has access to that, please let us know, because I want to go there so bad and get lost. Oh, wouldn't that be so creepy? Do you think there's like dead bodies down there, like dead homeless people?
I doubt it.
Do you have a story of this? No,
like dead homeless people. They supposedly have. So in 1986, at the amusement park in the hotel,
there's an amusement park in this hotel.
Yeah,
it's that big.
No, not hotel. I mean mall.
Oh, in the mall. No, the mall is that big.
Yeah, there's like an amusement park and a water park. So in 1986, this roller coaster derailed.
I need to go. Okay, keep going. Keep going. Sorry.
So in 1986, this roller coaster derailed, and like the last car like flew off and like hit a cement barrier and killed 3 people and injured 1 more.
God.
And like supposedly those like the crashed cars from that roller coaster are still like stored down there somewhere, just randomly in a tunnel.
Are they bloody?
I have no idea.
Okay. So it's haunted by those 3 people that died, right?
Maybe I'll get into some of the like weird like possible haunting type stuff.
Please do.
Let me see. What else about like just odd? Like,
we both did hauntings.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, keep going.
Parts of the tunnels. There's a rumor that parts of the tunnels are like completely flooded and sealed off with like hand scanners.
Completely flooded?
Yeah, I'm a little skeptical of that one. I saw another comment from someone who seemed a little more credible that said that like if like the water park flooded or their like fire pump system like malfunctioned, they could like divert water like past the tunnels into like an underground reservoir, so that it would like avoid damaging like any like electrical utilities and stuff like that. So I think that's where that rumor comes from.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's a little...
I guess it wouldn't... I mean, it makes some sense because there's a water park, like...
Right, yeah. Mm-hmm. What else? There's a myth that there's a species of cockroaches that only lives in that mall.
Gross.
That's also probably...
Ew, that's not true. There's no way a species.
Yeah, no. So in 2002, they had an infestation of these Australian cockroaches that are like, you know, super rare outside of Southeast Asia. So I think that's where that comes from.
That's really gross. Ew. Are those like the big ones?
I don't know. I don't know what they look like. I didn't look up a picture. And then there's stories, about like just like staircases that like, well, I saw this one comment about like this guy was exploring down there with his friend and they found this room with like 2...
How did they get in?
They like worked there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were like taking trash down and like took a detour to like go explore.
That's dope.
And so they found these like 2 staircases like right next to each other, but one of them just stopped like part of the way up.
What?
And like, or actually, okay, I have the actual comment, the forum post down here. Let me see. Oh yeah, another time I went through a door that was propped open and got my coworker to hold the door. There were 2 sets of stairs in the exact same stairwell opposite to one another. I yelled, "OMG, 2 sets of stairs, and this one goes nowhere else." Twitch exclaimed, "Let me see." Ran over, the door slammed, and we were stuck. It was in between like phase 2 and phase 3, 2 of the sections that were built at different times. Exactly. So I think they got lazy and built one over the other. So we jumped over to the other stairwell, went down the first level. There was some sort of weird bridge passage thing, walked across it, walked down more stairs, and then we saw some workers building trenches and booked it. We came out just near Bourbon Street, ran back inside along the bottom floor and back into the hallway where we left the garbage. So yeah.
Jeez.
It's like so like in the building of that they have like all kinds of weird like areas that like go nowhere or like go double back on things, or like, you know, it's just easy to get lost in. And then one more like just weird like thing is somebody exploring on the roof found like this like small room like on the roof of the hotel of the mall. I keep calling it a hotel.
A room on the roof?
Yeah, just
of
like
the
this
mall?
Yeah.
Like a what?
Like
Explain.
I don't know, just like on the roof of the mall there, I don't know.
There's like a box in the corner that has a room in it?
Yeah, I guess so. They just call it like a room. They were exploring on the roof and they found a room. And inside of it, like plastered like all over like the walls and everything were pictures of Sunshine Girls.
What are Sunshine Girls?
They're like a Canadian thing. This one like newspaper or magazine, like they're like just like pinup models, basically. Just like pictures of sexy ladies.
Ew.
Just like plastered like covering like every inch of like the walls and ceiling of this like tiny little weird room on the roof of the mall. So that's another just odd thing.
That's weird.
I know.
Did they ever find out who like hangs out in there?
No, I don't. I didn't find out. No,
Okay.
It was just like somebody talking about something they found while exploring one time.
Weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so in addition to the 3 people who died when the roller coaster derailed at Galaxyland in 86, or I think it was called Fantasyland at the time, but then they changed the name later on to Galaxyland, which is what it's called now. 3 to 4 men died during construction of the mall. And a man died on Boxing Day on an escalator that was apparently a drug-related death.
A drug-related
desk.
A drug, like, what is...
I don't know.
Did he overdose?
Probably.
Or did someone shoot him because he owed money or something?
No, I think it was just like he overdosed or something.
Oh. He was at work?
No, I think it was a guest. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. And then another man drowned in the indoor lake that they have there in the mall.
They have an indoor lake?
I guess so,
like,
yeah.
Not like a pool, like an indoor lake?
Yeah.
Can you fish there?
I don't think so. I think it's more to look at. But yeah, so there's uncertainty. So they don't know for sure whether he jumped in or if he drowned.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or if someone pushed him.
Right. Yeah, if he jumped or if he fell or if he was pushed.
Ooh, shit.
Yeah, nobody knows about that. So then I found another forum. What was it called? Ghost Village. The Ghost Village message boards.
Why were you reading the ghost? Do you believe it? Because it's a ghost village? Or do you believe these people are all kind of
if they
crazy?
have a whole village, then...
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. So is it a village of people who believe in ghosts or a village of ghosts?
I think it's just a website where people talk about ghosts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I found some, like... stuff about like this person who believes the mall to be haunted and some stories that she has and some things that other people have said. Let me see. Well, so the escalator that the guy died on is like always being fixed and stuff. They're always like doing work on that, which is,
whoa.
I mean, escalators break
like
all the time.
Like more than the other ones, though?
Apparently. That's the implication of what she's saying.
I believe it.
So,
he's messing with it.
Yeah, that's the implication of what she's saying, I think, but I don't know.
Okay.
What else? This person, she like worked in like a souvenir store or something there that was like owned by a mall. So in that souvenir store, like things would like move around sometimes, like little things would like go missing, like that no one would have any reason to move, and then would just like turn up in a different place like days later. When like motion activated objects would like go off when like nobody's in there and like and they're not moving around.
What's your explanation for that?
I don't know. Things just malfunction sometimes. Yeah. I mean, they're like cheap, like
toys just move on their own.
Yeah, so like this laughing cat like display thing would like just like start laughing at random times. That's supposed to go off when people move past it. Or like this entry alarm that was supposed to be turned off. It has like turned on randomly. And they've also heard while in the souvenir store the sound of somebody walking with nobody else around in wet shoes. The guy who drowned in the lake. I don't know.
Indoor lake. I'm still very confused about.
Or, you know, just sound bounces around weird in a big empty mall. But we'll just say that it's
probably the guy.
The dead guy.
It's probably the ghost.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Let's see.
What sound could be there in the middle of the night that sounds like a person walking with wet shoes if you're in there by yourself?
Well, I don't think I don't think it's necessarily the middle of the night that this person was saying that happens. Just like times when the mall is pretty dead.
Oh, so in the middle of the day, it's still normal to hear someone walk behind you with wet shoes on.
Yes.
Okay.
My leg's falling asleep.
All right. Well, switch positions.
Okay.
Are you almost done?
I've got more stuff to say.
Oh,
people like outside of the mall, there's a place on the sidewalk where people like hear Well, you'll hear the sound of like someone in high heels walking behind them when no one's around. You don't like that?
That's creepy.
Yeah, I know.
What's your explanation for that?
Clack. People hear things.
Oh my god. Not even a good one. Just people hear things. Things move. Things malfunction. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever.
And then inside the warehouse, this person had stories about like it would sometimes just get cold down there for no reason suddenly.
What? Your the heater went off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or when people they like store some chairs down there, and like sometimes when people enter the room, they'll hear the chairs squeak as if somebody's standing up.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's creepy.
That's creepy. Do they see the chair move? Like people are getting out?
I don't think so. I think it's like right when they enter the room, they hear it. You're like, squeaky.
That's squeaky.
It used to be a restaurant actually in that warehouse.
Who died? Who died in the restaurant?
I don't have any stories about that, but the people hear like dishes clanking randomly sometimes down there. Like it sounded like someone like washing dishes or something, or eating, like moving dishes around.
Ew.
And when the people are in the bathroom down there, they will like have like this eerie feeling that they're being watched.
That's
like,
me in every bathroom.
To the degree that it like makes it hard for them to go or impossible.
Bathrooms are just scary though. Like even our bathroom, like if I'm in there in the middle of the night, I'm like, who's in here with me? Because it's like, it reminds me of like the Bloody Mary thing when I think of a mirror in the bathroom in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
No,
like scares me. I don't want to look in the mirror in the bathroom at night.
Sure. Sometimes if I'm like creeped out, I don't want to. What?
Whoa. Even you?
More when I was younger.
Oh, okay.
But if I'm already like feeling, I can like creep myself out. I know it's like not real, but like, what if?
Oh my god. Okay, anyway, so the bathroom is creepy.
Yeah, the bathroom's creepy.
Okay.
And then there's this one story about this, the hotel there. There's
a hotel at the mall.
At the mall, yes.
Okay.
Actually, two, but this is about.
So that's why you keep calling it a hotel.
Yeah, because there's a hotel.
There's a hotel at the mall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So this couple were staying in the Roman room at this hotel.
What's the Roman room? Like a romance room?
I think it's like a room with like a Roman theme.
Oh.
Of some kind.
Oh, he's moving. Hang on, everyone.
I just need a drink of water.
Take a little break here. He's parched. Actually, I better take a drink of water too. Here, my snappy water bottle.
Here, you slip it down. Yeah, so this couple were staying in the Roman room of this hotel. It's nighttime.
Is this hotel still here? Can we stay in the Roman room? Okay, wait. Keep going. Sorry.
So
Continue.
It's nighttime. They have the lights off. It's like curtains drawn. It's totally dark except for like, the sliver of light under the door, to the hallway and stuff.
Yeah.
So they're lying there. She's got her head on her boyfriend's chest. And she sees like under the door, like a little, just like a shadow goes by, as if somebody is like walking out in the hallway. Okay. Somebody passing by. That's what she thinks at first until she sees in front of the door this dark humanoid shape materializes. And it begins slowly moving toward the bed. Slowly but surely until it like comes up to the foot of the bed and stops. And then after a few seconds it just dissipates, and she's about to say something when her boyfriend says, "Oh my god, did you see that just now?" And they'd seen the exact same thing.
So not sleep paralysis.
I guess
I was
not.
like, he's gonna blame it on sleep. He's gonna blame it on sleep paralysis. He's gonna blame it on sleep paralysis.
Yeah,
You can't. Oh my god, what would you do if that happened to us? If we were both watching this dark human-like figure walk towards the foot of our bed?
I don't know. Oh yeah, and as it was coming closer, like the room temperature was like dropping too. I forgot to mention that. No. What would I do?
What'd you do?
I would like turn on the lights.
You wouldn't believe it.
Well, I don't know. It depends. I'd turn on the lights.
Well, I would be having a panic attack, so you'd have to go,
so I'd
it's
hug
okay,
you.
it's
Yeah.
okay.
It's okay. It's not real. Even if I thought it was real, I'd have to tell you it wasn't.
They'd be like, yes, it is!
Okay, so I think that's everything that I have about the West Edmonton Mall. It's just a place with creepy vibes.
Weird tunnels.
Yeah.
Weird.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like a fun... I mean, it also just seemed like a fun place to visit, even if you're not looking for odd, ghosty stuff. They didn't pay for this. I'm just saying that it's like a big tourist destination.
I want to go.
Okay,
Let's
go
go
and sneak into the tunnels, get lost.
We need a connection.
I know.
We'll make friends with like a guard or something and then be like, hey, can you get us into those sweet, sweet tunnels? Oh, sweet, sweet haunted tunnels.
Sweet haunted tunnels.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, we should do that.
Oh.
Take a road
that
trip.
Took up more time than you thought. You thought you were going to have zero content. I bet mine's shorter than that.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know,
Ruh-roh.
that took a while.
Okay. All right, well, I'll go. I should have printed it out. I have it on my computer. I'm going to have to stick this on your lap so I can continue speaking. Okay. Oh, careful.
Let
Don't
me get
touch
situated.
the computer. Okay, get situated. Oh, God.
What?
Nothing.
I think this will work.
Yeah, are you close enough?
Yeah.
Are you close enough to the mic, though? Okay,
Yes,
I'm going to have
I
to
will
hold
try
on
to
to
stay
it
right
and
here.
stay onto the bed.
I don't have notes to look at, so I can talk into the mic better now.
Great. Yeah, he was not doing too good. I had to keep telling him to, like, get closer to the mic.
Hi.
Oh my god. Okay. So, I am doing the popular story of the Resurrection Mary, or the Vanishing Hitchhiker, which I'm sure you've heard of, or maybe not. I don't know. It's a fun story. It's my favorite ghost story ever because it's just so freaking believable. Like, it's hard to, like, be like, oh, that's not real. So, let's see.
Okay. We'll see.
Okay, so the Vanishing Hitchhiker. So it happens at a place called, well, okay, so it's kind of, okay. So in Justice, Illinois, in Cook County, I think it's like a suburb of Chicago. So everyone is like the Chicago ghost, you know, but it's like a suburb of Chicago, so it's not really.
Yeah, it's not real. I bet it eats deep dish pizza, doesn't it?
Yeah, probably.
Deep dish is trash pizza for garbage people.
Truth. Okay, so so it revolves around Resurrection Cemetery and mausoleums. That's why it's called Resurrection Mary. So I'm going to talk about generally what people like see. So let me I'm going to read my notes here because I'm having a hard time explaining this. Okay, so sightings. Most frequently, young men would meet the young woman at the ballroom, share dances with her, and later describe her as cold, both physically and emotionally.
Oh.
All
still wanted to dance with her because she was beautiful.
Yeah, because she was beautiful and she didn't talk. It's perfect.
That's exactly what every man wants except for me. I want you.
Okay. All described her as blonde-haired and blue-eyed with a white dress.
Pretty.
After these dances, the girl would accept rides home, giving vague directions to drive north along Archer Avenue. As their car passed the gates of Resurrection Cemetery, the girl would most often disappear from the car.
Whoa.
Creepy, right?
Yeah.
Right?
I wouldn't want to see that.
Yeah. So, as dance hall encounters with this phantom partner multiplied, they seemed to center on the O. Henry, or the Willowbrook Ballroom. Okay, so the road itself is also a hotspot for Mary sightings, so she doesn't just dance with creepy men and then, like, say, hey, yeah, I'll take that ride home, and then vanish. So Mary first appeared to unsuspecting Southwest Side drivers, I don't even know what that means, on Archer in the 1930s. So people started complaining to the police that a woman had tried to jump on the running boards of their cars as they made their way home after a night of dancing. Other Archer Avenue drivers have been surprised by a beautiful young woman who will simply open the car door and climb in.
While it's driving? Or like
no, I think they're just stopped. Yeah.
Okay.
But she'll open the door and
she's
just
not
get
like
in.
running alongside it at the
maybe.
Hair blowing in the wind, dress billowing behind her.
Oh my god. So open the car door and climb in, directing the driver to proceed up Archer Avenue. So this random lady just
gets in your car and says, "Proceed."
Proceed. Go down Archer Avenue.
Oh.
I'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she was probably got into like guys' cars and she's hot, so they're like, oh, okay, man, we're taking you home.
Take you. But they still continued taking her that way. Are these?
Yeah.
Okay,
I wonder how many people tried to take a different way to like take her home and like rape her. It's terrible. But how many people were like, okay, I'll turn down Archer Avenue, psych, and then like go somewhere else, and then she just vanishes. I want to hear those stories, but no one's gonna report that they tried to like sexually assault this girl.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe she like murdered those people. She like
Yeah. Okay. So she simply opened the car door and climbed in, directing the driver to proceed up Archer Avenue, where she disappears at the cemetery gates. Like she gets out of the car and she like walks up to the gates and just disappears before she even gets in.
Oh, so she well,
Some bewildered drivers have even watched as she runs right through the locked gates and into the darkness beyond. That's what I wrote. Other times, drivers have watched a woman in a flowing white dress walk along the roadside and then vanish. Other reports say that the woman has been struck while bolting in front of moving cars, bleeding on the road after these crashes. She has been known to vanish as people approach her or just not be there when they get out of the car to find the body. So I have a specific, this is a short story, but a specific story of someone who said they hit her.
Yeah. Does she like leave damage on the car when she gets hit?
So I don't think so. So here's, okay, so this one is weird to me. Yeah, so I'll read it. In October of 1989, so that was actually, I mean, it's not the 1930s, Janet L. Kalal, I think, and Pamela Turlow Wilson were driving past Resurrection Cemetery when a woman in white darted out in front of their vehicle.
No.
Yeah. So this is the weird part that I'm like, okay.
This is more car drivers blaming pedestrians because they can't drive safe.
I know. I'm like, oh, okay.
So they just hit a person and were like, oh no, it was a ghost.
It was a ghost.
We didn't hit it. We just...
No, but okay, so they believed that they had hit her, but there was no impact, no sound, and no body.
So why do they think they hit her?
I don't know, because they saw it.
Okay, but like there's nothing about that. Okay,
I know. I'm also confused, but there's been other reports where like they'll hit her and then the body will be like, they'll see the body and then they get out, and then when they get out to go help her, it'll like just like vanish.
I mean, I guess if you
eyes.
see a person run in front of your car and like they like fall down under it, even if you don't hear or feel anything, you still think you probably hit them, because how would you not?
They'll report it. A lot of people report this to the police. They're like, hey, I think I hit this person, like, but then there's no one there. Or they'll call and be like, I definitely hit a person, she's out here, and then they are not there when the police or the ambulance get there. Creepy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the most popular story of Mary is of Jerry Palace. This kind of, it just, so there's a lot of reports like this, but his is just like, there's interviews with him, and he's like dead now, but before he died, he like firmly believed that he met this woman, and like
he's a ghost of himself now, and you can find out for
my
sure.
God. God. Yeah, okay. So, in 1939, Jerry was at the Liberty Grove Hall and Ballroom in Brighton Park. While he was there, he asked a young woman with blue eyes and blonde hair to dance with him. They danced together for most of the evening. She told him that her name was Mary. Jerry claimed that she wasn't very talkative and her hands were ice cold. I remember reading stuff about this a while ago, and he said that he fell in love with this woman and they danced all night and stuff like that. But then I read that she wasn't very talkative, and I'm like, why did you fall in love with this beautiful you just fell in love with this beautiful woman?
He just wanted to bone down.
Oh my God.
What?
Yeah, I know. He offered to drive her home after the dance, and she said she lived on Damon Avenue, but directed him down Archer Road.
Okay.
In an interview with Jerry before he died, so he died, he said, as we walked along to the street, she said, well, you might as well take me down to Archer Road. And I said, what for? I said, you live up here where you told me. And she says, no, I want to go out to Archer Road.
Ooh.
Weird. Oh, that's true. He could be like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's probably fairly habitated.
Yeah.
But she wants to go and make out in the cemetery.
Yeah. Okay. So as they pass the Resurrection Cemetery, she asks him to stop the car. When he stopped, she got out of the car, walked towards the cemetery gates, and vanished before his eyes.
No.
So normal, Mary sighting, danced with her, she vanished. But, originally, she gave him an address, an address on Damon Avenue, or Damon Road, or whatever, and that's where he was going to head until she was go down Archer Road. So, the next day, he drove to the address that Mary had originally given him on Damon Avenue. Mm-hmm. This is, the weirdest part. Okay, so an older woman answered the door, and Jerry asked for Mary. The woman who answered the door explained that her daughter Mary had been dead for 5 years. When Mary's mom showed Jerry a picture of her daughter Mary, Jerry confirmed that that was the woman he was dancing with the night before. Explain that.
Well, how long before he died was this interview?
This was a Oh, wait, what? No. I don't know.
Okay. I don't know.
How can you dispute that?
I can't.
And then sometimes there's just so the weird part about this story is there's been so many calls to the police that this woman is just in a white dress, hitchhiking on the side of Archer Avenue.
Right.
And they'll get multiple calls in a night from motorists and stuff, and they all call in with the same report of hey, there's this woman on the side of the road. She's in a white dress. Her description is she's wearing a white dress. She has blonde hair.
Mm-hmm.
She's really white. Pale.
Uh-huh. Okay.
What?
That's very weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you...
I can't explain it.
Okay. One time we had this conversation and you said, yeah, I'm sure people just got together after they heard about it to mess with the police and call and say the same thing over and over again.
I don't think I said that.
Yeah, you did.
When?
Okay, it was a couple years ago.
Oh, well, I was stupider back then.
All right, well. Okay, so the most popular time for sightings is during the month of October, November, and December.
Ooh.
Often when it is raining.
Season.
Yeah. Often when it is raining or snowing, and most popular time is 1:30 a.m. So there's enough reports to make an average, this is when it usually happens.
Right.
Weird, right?
Yeah, it is weird. It is weird.
So a very interesting story about the gate of Resurrection Cemetery. So, on August 10th, 1976, a motorist driving past Resurrection Cemetery spotted a glowing figure of a woman pulling at the bars of the cemetery gate, as if she were locked inside and trying to get out. He immediately reported this to the Justice Police Department. When police officer Pat Homa responded to the call, he didn't find the girl in the cemetery. However, he did find the bars on the gate where she had been seen were scorched and had been bent as if someone with supernatural strength had pried them apart. What?
That's the like baseline.
Okay.
Analysis of what it could be.
Well, who can pull it? Okay.
Well, I'm just saying.
So he also found what appeared to be small handprints with skin-like texture embedded into the metal. So skin.
Yeah.
Prints.
Very strange.
So the cemetery board offered the explanation that the bars were bent by workers who carelessly backed a truck into the gate. That doesn't explain the scorch marks. Doesn't explain the glowing woman in the middle of the night.
It's true.
That doesn't explain the handprints, like the fingerprints.
Mm-hmm.
That's so
it's
dumb.
Very weird.
Yeah, no.
But like, if you're a ghost, why can't you just go through the gate, you know?
I don't know.
Was it like a new gate at the time?
I don't know.
Well, that'd be cool if it was.
Okay. The bars were removed, straightened, and returned in 1978, but the discoloration and imprint of the fingers still remained.
How does that work?
I don't know. So they just straightened it and didn't like repaint it or like smooth it out or anything? Or maybe they like tried and they couldn't.
Ooh.
You know?
Because they're supernatural.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Or they did it because they knew it. Like, they didn't want the bend in the gate anymore because that was dangerous. People could slip through. But it was good, like, press for the, like, it made a lot of people come. I don't know.
Sure. Do you want
people to come?
A lot of people coming to your I mean, you want people to want to be buried there.
Yeah. So, like, publicity.
I guess so,
maybe.
yeah.
But also...
Or, you know, they couldn't get them out.
Right. Eventually, the board replaced the entire gate, and nobody knows what became of the original bars. And I wrote, I'm pretty sure they just probably threw them away. Like, what would they do with them? They're not going to save it.
Yeah.
They probably just threw it away. Oh, no. Okay, so this is what makes me think it's probably not for, like, publicity or anything, because after many years, the cemetery has adopted the official position of not commenting on the legend of Resurrection Mary. Huh. The employees... So, the book that I got this from is, called Illinois Road Guide to Haunted Locations. So the author or the authors of this book went and talked to the people at the cemetery, like went to visit. And when they tried to talk to the employees about Mary, they did uphold the policy. They told them that they weren't allowed to talk about it, which is creepy, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, sorry, we're not allowed to talk about that.
Right.
But they did help direct them to several graves thought to be Mary.
Oh. So they're like,
so I bet they believe it, but they're
doing a good job on the not bringing attention to it thing.
I know. I'm like, okay.
Just like, if it's not real, just say it's not real. There's no such thing as ghosts.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I'll get into some theories of who they think Mary is.
Okay.
Because there's a few theories of who, because we don't like who the heck is Mary? So they assume Mary is a Mary that was buried in the cemetery, because why does she like
makes sense?
Yeah, so yeah. So some theories, because there's many Marys that are buried in the cemetery. Okay, so the first one, and this one seems like the most plausible, I guess. Well,
did any of these Marys die in 1934?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So Mary Bregovy, a 21-year-old. Okay, so all of the sightings say that the woman is between the ages of 18 and like 21 years old. Like,
okay.
So all the sightings have been like she's probably like 17, 18, maybe like 20, 21, 22. Like in the same general, like, so she's always young.
These old perverts.
Yeah, I know. A 21-year-old Polish girl who frequented the dance halls. She was killed in a car accident in downtown Chicago on March 10th, 1934, and buried in her favorite gown in Resurrection Cemetery. So, first of all, let's just talk about how she was hit by a car in downtown Chicago in 1934. Think about how many cars there are here today now. Like, cars are just dumb. Like, they were hitting people in 34. There weren't even that many cars on the road.
Yeah.
Like, people were probably walking most of the time, and she was still struck.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. Okay. Whatever.
That's, we can have another podcast about that.
Yeah. And her address was 4611 South Damon Avenue, which is consistent with Jerry's account.
Okay.
Yeah, but so here's the issue, and something that is also not consistent with Jerry's story.
Okay.
Because this Mary had short brown hair, and she was buried in an orchid-colored dress. And when Harry and I looked up what orchid meant, it was like a purple dress. And this Mary dies on Wacker Drive in downtown Chicago, and she was not likely on her way to or from a dance hall. I don't think it really matters where she died, but like she's buried in that cemetery. Mm-hmm. But remember, Jerry said that when the mom showed him the picture, it was the exact same girl with blonde hair and blue eyes.
That's weird.
So someone is not telling the truth here.
It's Jerry.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, maybe she like got her a different hairdo in the afterlife. She put on some different contacts.
That's true. I know this one just seems the most like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So the second theory is just Mary, a young Polish girl who was killed in the 1940s when she crashed her parents' car near Resurrection Cemetery. Supposedly, she was buried in a term grave in Resurrection Cemetery. So here's the obvious issue with this one. This Mary died in 1940, and the first sightings of Mary occurred in early 1930.
She was pre-ghost.
Okay. Yeah. Third one is, I don't believe that is the second one. That doesn't make any sense if they were reporting it in the 30s. Not that. Mary Miskowski. She was from Bridgeport. She was killed while crossing Archer Avenue to attend a Halloween party in the 1930s. There was no other information in the book. I don't know if she was buried in the cemetery. Don't know. But that's a theory. There. Yeah. Yeah, she died on the road. Yeah, okay. So she died on the road. I don't think she was buried there, but she died on the road. And then the last one is Mary, just Mary, a girl who was killed in 1936 on Archer Avenue while on her way home from O. Henry Ballroom. The black model sedan she was driving collided with a farm truck.
Okay.
So the first one is the most likely.
Sure.
Because, I mean, it's just more consistent with the reportings.
Oh, the second to last one there's not that many details about it, but it kind of meets the profile, I guess.
The Bridgeport one, or just the girl who was in a car accident on her way home from a dance? Or the Halloween party one.
Oh, the Halloween party one.
I don't think Mary Duransky is another one, killed in a 1934 car accident while on her way home from a dance.
I think it's more likely that she got hit by a car than...
Yeah.
But I mean, it seems like, I don't know. Yeah, so she's like reliving her final night over and over again. That sucks.
Yeah.
I would hate that.
Yeah, that would suck. So an interesting little thing I found was a song actually based on the story, and it's called Lori, or Strange Things Happen, and it's by Dickie Lee. And some of the last lyrics in the song, it's ridiculous. But it's kind of like I like the song, but the lyrics are just so weird because the song is so happy. But like the last little bit of it, or some of it is, so the lyrics are, I knocked at her door and a man appeared. I told why I'd come, and he said, "You're wrong, son. You weren't with my daughter. How can you be so cruel to come to me this way? My Lori left the world on her birthday. She died a year ago today." It's about this guy who was at a dance and danced with this beautiful girl and fell in love. And then he gave her his sweater, and then she disappeared in front of the cemetery. And then he went to her house, or I don't know. So he went to the original address that she gave him. And then he knocked on the door, and he was like, "Hey, where's Lori?" And the dad was like, "She died a year ago." So then he went back to the cemetery that she vanished in, and his sweater was on her grave. Oh,
good. He got the sweater. I was worried that he didn't get the sweater back.
Yeah, he got the sweater back.
Okay, good, because that's what girls do.
Whoa.
What? They take your nice big hoodie and they wear it and are comfy. And then they don't give it back.
Okay. So that's actually all the information I have about that. What do you think about it?
It's cool. It's interesting. I like ghost stories.
Yeah, I know, but dispute it. You always do that.
I mean, I don't know how to dispute it. I just.
Am I using the right words?
What do you mean?
Dispute it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? I don't know. What do you? How?
I mean,
what do you think? I
my-
mean, you don't believe this is real. So what's your theory?
Well, yeah, I don't really have a theory.
I think this is so real. Like I want to go there and like look for her.
Yeah, that'd
so
be cool.
bad. Like I really want to.
I mean, if I saw her, I'd believe it.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't that be? Oh my God! I'd be like, oh, it's her, it's her. But she's like harmless. Like no one has ever said that. Oh, she was violent or anything. She's just like, hey, drive me here.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So it's like I'd be freaking out because I'm seeing a ghost, but I'd also be like, oh well, she's just.
Sure.
Oh God, that'd be so creepy. That'd be so creepy. But like I know she wouldn't hurt me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to raise the odds of finding her, I'd have to go alone. And,
Oh yeah, because you're a man. You
Mhm.
could dance with her.
Yeah. Oh, I'm a bad dancer though.
Okay.
She wouldn't like me. I'd be the one person who she would like.
You'd be like, I'll give you a ride home, and she'd be
so-
like, pass. Like, no thanks. No,
Okay.
you're a catch.
Thank you. So are you.
Of course you would get her. Of course she'd ask you for a ride home, or she'd accept the offer, or she'd agree to dance with you. You have to go to the ballroom first, though. Actually, the ballroom doesn't. Oh, Henry's doesn't exist anymore. It burned down like 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah, like a few years ago, like maybe 2016. I think Yeah, it like burned down recently.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was Mary. Resurrection Mary. But that's actually like a really super popular story. Everyone's like, oh, that's the most haunted thing in Chicago, even though it's not Chicago, it's a suburb. But whatever.
Okay.
So yeah,
cool.
that's all I have.
Yeah, that's a good story.
So yeah, both of these were about ghosts. So but this isn't what the podcast is like mainly about. Like I'm gonna talk about probably a conspiracy next podcast. I don't know, or like a cult maybe, or like a creature, like a weird creature sightings. I don't know, like weird stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think Carrie's was originally about like a ghost, but when you did more research, you were like, oh, this is a pretty haunted place. Like maybe like an alien story. I don't know, something. Yeah. So this was all about ghosts, pretty much, but that's not how it's always going to be.
Sorry.
So stay tuned. No, it's not a whatever.
Okay.
So that was our first podcast. Oh my gosh! Yay! So this is so exciting.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: we didn't really know what category to put this under, so we have it under like comedy right now because we're not true crime, and we didn't want to go under spirituality because that seems like very religious. I don't know. Like people are going to hear like God speeches, you know?
Right.
I don't know, like preachers and stuff. But yeah.
What if God had a podcast? That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought you were gonna say people go there to hear God speak.
Oh well.
No, they should come here to hear God speak.
Yeah, to hear God speak. So yeah, that's our podcast. I don't really know how to.
So.
Oh, so maybe we should promote our stuff.
Plug.
Yes. So we don't really know if we're gonna come out with episodes every week or every 2 weeks. We don't really know. We haven't really decided.
You'll find out in a week or 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna try to get this up on, or we're on Spotify.
Yeah, we'll be on Spotify, iTunes, Google, everywhere, anywhere.
Google Play.
Any fine podcast provider. Google Play, Stitcher.
Yeah,
probably.
And we have a Facebook page.
Yes.
Known Unknowns Podcast.
Yes.
You should go like us. Oh shoot. And then you can you can totally like email us from there. We're also accepting like we want emails from people who have like creepy stories of their own or like weird encounters of or like creature sight. Like if you saw Bigfoot, I don't know. I want to know about it. Is there
just a cool urban legend in your town?
Yeah, like a hometown like urban legend.
Or just if you want to say hi.
Well, yeah, or if you just want to say hi, like. We love that. We want to mention you on our podcast, like give you a little shout out. We have a website right now. It's just like a basic Wix website, but we'll also have our episodes on the website if that's more, if that's easier for you, more accessible.
Yeah.
But like I said, we'll be on like Spotify and stuff like that, so it's pretty easy to.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can find us on Instagram.
Oh yeah, Instagram.
Right?
At I think Known Unknowns Podcast.
Okay.
Known Unknowns Podcast.
Great.
Yeah.
And then on Twitter at Unknowns Pod.
I think Unknowns Pod. Yeah, everything was taken. So Twitter is Unknowns Pod. You should go follow us. Like our Facebook page. Share our stuff. Like tell your friends about our fun podcast. I don't know.
Let's see.
I don't know what else.
Our theme song was made by me.
Oh yeah,
Harry.
We have a theme song.
Beepbox. A tool made by John Nesky. So thanks for that, John.
Hey, thanks, John.
And then our logo, our podcast cover art was also made by me.
I helped.
Yeah,
I helped with that.
You did help.
Okay.
You helped.
I mean, he made it, but I helped. I approved.
Made by me.
Anything else we need to plug since we're new? I don't know. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, subscribe. Give us a good review.
Yeah, give us a review. That'd be fun.
It'll help our rating on iTunes. Help people find us.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Okay.
All right.
Anything else?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
All right. Oh, we're going to do... Okay, wait, do it. Oh, wait, no, I ruined it by saying we're going to do a thing. Okay, no, just... Okay, do it.
All right, so this has been Known Unknowns. I'm Harry, and...
This is Carly.
And we hope that you have a good week. Don't forget to bring a light jacket.
Because it's weird out there. That's our tagline. We're gonna say it's weird out there. But every week okay, never mind. So it's weird out there. Wait, okay, so do it again.
Don't forget to bring a light jacket.
Because it's weird out there. Bye.
Bye.